This video is going to be highlights of using my KE-9 9mm pistol caliber carbine at the 2017 High Desert 3-Gun Championship. I competed in Trooper Division at this match, and one of the benefits of doing so is that I am allowed to use a pistol caliber carbine in place of rifle or pistol as I see fit. The heart of my pistol caliber carbine is the KE-9 Glock magazine-fed Ambidextrous mag release lower receiver. Using Glock magazines solves the feeding issues found in traditional Colt pattern guns. Allow me to explain. I've used 9mm AR-15s off and on since 2004. Many of these guns were Colt pattern that fed from a double-stack magazine and alternating sides of the feed lips like a traditional AR-15 magazine. Because the AR-15 is not sized for the 9mm cartridge, these types of guns required a feed ramp to be built into the lower or in a magazine block that went into a 5.56 lower. These guns often had feeding issues, with the rounds impacting the feed ramp at such an angle that they would not feed properly. Malfunctions were a common occurrence. The Glock magazine-fed lower resolves these issues. Because there is no feed ramp, the rounds are stripped from a single column feed at the top of the magazine and fed directly into the chamber. This system has made malfunctions a much more rare occurrence, attributable only to bad ammunition or bad magazines, rather than an inherent design flaw. While Glock magazine-fed lower receivers have been around for some time, KE Arms is the first company to release a model that incorporates an ambidextrous magazine release, making this model more usable by left-handed shooters and people who want ambidextrous handling on all of their firearms. Unlike a traditional AR-15, where there are a number of aftermarket ambidextrous magazine releases available, the Glock mag-fed lowers use proprietary magazine releases, and because of the manner in which these operate, a dedicated lower was required to make it work in an ambidextrous fashion. All of my 5.56 AR-15s have ambidextrous magazine releases, so having that feature on a pistol caliber carbine that I was going to be competitive with was important to me from a continuity of training perspective. The more similar the PCC is to the rifle and vice versa, the easier it is to be competitive with both, as the manual of arms transfers between the two. Like my 5.56 rifles, my KE-9 also features an SLT1 Searlink technology trigger and 45-degree ambidextrous selector. The one way in which my KE-9 differs from my 5.56 rifles is that it does not have last round bolt hole open. The position of the follower in the Glock magazine does not engage with the bolt catch in the lower receiver. There are companies offering uppers that create a linkage between the follower and the bolt catch. However, none of the ones that I've tried worked 100%, and I would rather simply not have the feature there than count on it working and it not working. Before anyone mentions it in the comments, I am aware of other lowers on the market that incorporate a different type of bolt hold open feature with Glock magazines. However, in my observations of these products, I've yet to see one that worked 100%, and I'd simply rather not have the feature at all than have a feature that doesn't work 100%. I think the importance of a last round bolt hold open is often overstated. The solution to make this work with Glock magazines 100% in an AR-15 style firearm has yet to be found. Nonetheless, I will take the improved feeding reliability using the Glock magazines over any other current system. Just a few other features of note before we get into the match video. This carbine features a 16-inch ballistic advantage barrel with Young 4-prong flash hider. Comps and muzzle brakes are of dubious use on pistol caliber carbines, given that they do not generate enough gas to really do anything at that point in the barrel. My carbine, as configured for the High Desert 3-Gun Championship, used a JP bolt and buffer system, as these parts are designed to function in unison. KE Arms is currently exploring other options for a more economical, factory-build pistol caliber carbine. The optic I used is the Vortex Spark AR. It is very similar in function to the Aimpoint Micro that I used on my KE-15 Action carbine as my primary 5.56 rifle at this match. Having the same sight picture and same controls on both guns was a definite advantage when switching between the two. The video you're going to watch is the entire pistol caliber carbine section of the High Desert 3-Gun match. In some cases, I used only the pistol caliber carbine on a stage in lieu of both rifle and pistol. In some cases, it took the place of just the pistol. Static targets must be hit twice. Falling steel must fall to score. Paper requires 1 A-zone hit or 2 hits anywhere. The section I just completed would have been the pistol section of the stage. I am now going into the rifle section of the stage, and because all of this is less than 100 yards, I opted to use the PCC for both sections.
One, two, hit.
This array must be shot once from the strong side and then once from the support side.
2. One, two, hit. 1, 2, hit. 1, 2. Two.
There is a plate rack that must be engaged between these two no-shoots from this position. The double spinner is made much more simple with pistol caliber carbine versus pistol. Even this next one here, with holes cut through the center of the plates, is no challenge at all with the PCC.
Plates, round plates. There you go.
Those were supposed to be shotgun targets, but shooting it with PCC versus magazine-fed shotgun doesn't really result in any competitive advantage. My charging handle latch goes flying off here because the roll pin worked its way out. I believe the pin was undersized, and that allowed this to happen. I left this in the video because I want to show the entire match experience using the KE-9 Ambi mag catch, Glock mag lower. No other 9mm AR-15 that I've used at matches at this range since 2005 ever made it through a match without multiple feed malfunctions. Even the MP5 derivatives that I've brought to this range have had feeding malfunctions due to the round count and environment. The only pistol caliber carbine that ever made it through before this one was my Vector Arms Mini Uzi SBR, and that thing was built like a tank. It weighed 8 pounds and was really impractical to use as a lefty. My PCC made it through the match with 0 malfunctions. I believe this goes to demonstrate the efficacy of feeding from Glock magazines in the 9mm AR platform. It also demonstrates the reliability of our new SLT1 trigger that's particularly useful in pistol caliber carbines, as I explained in my SLT1 trigger overview video. I did win Trooper Division at this match, and I believe that having a reliable pistol caliber carbine with enhanced ergonomics with regards to the trigger, mag release, selector, and flared magazine well for fast reloads were key components to that victory. The advantages of the individual components may seem small or hard to quantify, but when they are combined with skill and continuity of training, those advantages begin to accumulate. For the first time in my shooting career, I have a pistol caliber carbine that is both reliable and ergonomic as a left-handed shooter. Prior to this, I had to make a choice between those features and compromise varying degrees of ergonomics or reliability to have anything to use at all. Now I don't feel like I'm compromising anything, and I have a system that works 100%. Thank you for watching, and come back again for more match and multi-gun competition content.